sorry it took so long. I sort of took my own advice a little bit too hard. Took practice what you preach as Bible, and really became unproductive for a few weeks. I think like a month. I've been doing nothing. What I literally told you guys to do, I fucking did it. Did it make me feel a little shitty? Yes. Am I excited to bounce back? Yes. I wanted to start by asking a question. I want you guys to think about this. When you see two birds sitting in a tree, do you think they know each other? Like, I always watch birds flying around in pairs, but sometimes when you look at them in trees, they don't always get there at the same time, but they're sharing the same tree. They just sit there. No beef, nothing. Sometimes they don't share words. They're sharing the same tree. I've always thought, like, do they know each other? Are they strangers? Is that just the bird world? They're just... wish humans were more like that. Anyway, just quickly before I get into everything I wrote down, I fear I wrote down too many things to talk about today. But when I mean regrow, I take this perfect metaphor of my beautiful frangipani tree right there. Every time I come outside, it's slowly dying more and more. Flowers don't bloom on it, all the leaves are decaying, and soon enough there'll be no leaves on the tree. That just happens. Is it crying? Is it having a fucking panic attack, mental breakdown? No. Because the tree understands its cycle of death and regrowth, because it knows it'll grow back in spring. It'll blossom more beautiful than ever. And that's what I am excited to do. Anyway, I hope that you all have had a great month. I've had a weird month, but I'm so excited to share these things with you. Yeah. So, the first thing I want to talk about is generational trauma. And I want to talk about this in a sense that this is a collective experience. However, there are so many more groups of people throughout the world that suffer so much worse than we do, because I don't know how to say this, but the marginalized groups in our community unfortunately suffer so much worse generational trauma than we do, but generational trauma is a shared experience. So, if you think you're exempt from this, you're not. This is the easiest way I can explain it. Not even right. We feel the hurt all our ancestral mothers have felt. Let me try and explain this in the easiest way I can. So, everyone's born from a fucking female mother, obviously. And inside her, when she is born with a set amount of eggs that she will have. That's a set number. She can't have more. Like, that's what she's born with, the amount of, like, eggs that are able to be fertilized. But where do you think they came from? Sorry. So obviously okay. This is such a hard thing to explain. I thought I'd be good at it. Your great yada 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 grandmother, you were inside her, pretty much. The egg you were born from was inside of the first ever person from your bloodline, and your great yada 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 grandchildren are in, well, my great grandchildren in my body. If you're a man, sorry, but every female holds all the eggs. We are connected through all this. So everything my great yada 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 100,000 great grandma felt in her body that she's never healed from, unfortunately I will feel, and so long extra great grandchildren down the track will feel. And there's nothing you can do about that besides heal from it yourself. So that's why it's so important to not go when you go through things, to just be like, oh, I don't need to go through it, yada yada, I don't need to go to therapy, I don't need to heal from it, I'm fine, I'm resilient, it's okay. No, because that's like, your body holds onto trauma. Your brain, you might, if you think about it, you might have dreams of things around the same time that it happened, like a year before, or premonitional dreams. Like, everything is connected, and trauma is a cycle, and it's held in our bodies. That's why it is so crucial that you go through the hard work to get through it and confront the things that you don't want to confront, otherwise you're giving it to everyone else. So you know how when like you're in your mum's tummy, so at this point you're like a fetus, and everything she eats you eat, everything she hears you hear, that thing, it's exactly the same. You are a little egg inside, like, and everything these women have gone through and felt and endured through thousands and thousands and thousands of years. Well, 2000, no, BC's a thing, sorry. It's been a while since I've gone to school. Oh my god. It's really important to understand how connected you are to your ancestry and to the women that came before you. So it's really important to treat women, especially the women that you're with the utmost love, kindness, and gentleness, because if they go through trauma through you, that's your children going through that trauma as well. Because what a woman feels inside of her body affects her whole body, including the eggs that are in there, and like the eggs, like the, you know what I'm trying to say. I hope that made sense, because I feel really strongly on that, and I wish more people understood generational trauma. Because the things that your parents go through, and your grandparents and your great-great-grandparents, you feel it. And that's why people unfortunately become so addicted to things that they shouldn't, because they don't know how to cope with these feelings, because they don't even know what these feelings are, because they didn't go through it. Yeah, that's what that is. Let's go on a bit of a happier note now. Identity is completely subjective. I love this idea so much. Well, it's not an idea, it's a fact. Every single person who meets you will have a different perspective of you and your identity and who you are. But the only one that matters, the only perspective of your identity that matters, is your own. You have to create a healthier relationship with yourself and your mind and your emotions, because resilience and having a positive mindset is the key to growth and good health. This has been proven in countless studies, that growth mindset, resilience, you know, that drive for gratitude, that drive to do stuff for other people, be a good person, understand yourself, is so important to being healthy. I'm telling you. You just need to be yourself and do the things that make you happy, and spend time with yourself. I feel like people don't spend enough time just getting to know who they are and why they think the way they think, and why they behave the way they behave, and why they feel the way they feel. Start fucking doing that, because you will see the immense difference in the overall perspective of your life and your well-being. You will feel healthier, you'll have more motivation, you'll have a drive. All these people, it's like a line in 212. I'm not gonna be able to remember it, but it's like, they will forget your name soon, but you gotta take care of yourself, something like that. And it's true, all these people in your life that you care so much about what they think about you, who says they're going to be there in a month or in a few years' time or when you really need it the most? Or, you know, just you are born and die with yourself. So get comfortable with it. Love yourself. Having a great relationship with yourself will perpetuate and allow for you to have better relationships with other people. And better people who also have good relationships with themselves will find you, because what you put out is what you get. It's all manifesting back to you, and the frequency you put out is what you get back. So the more you work on yourself, the better your whole entire life will be, including finding better people and people that actually fucks with you hard and align with your morals and values. And you just need to stay firm to who you are. Know your name and own it is all I want to say. And becoming content and comfortable with self-awareness. When you realize this, you see that everything is just a fucking game. And you're the only one in control. And you have full control of everything going on around you. I know it doesn't feel like it sometimes, but it's true. Because your thoughts create everything around you, and your emotions. You think one thing and you think another thing. You feel two different types of ways from thinking those two things. Which ones do you want to feel? So it's all about mindset and your perspective. And that's what I want to come back to fear, which I kind of skipped over because I was like, oh, we're kind of getting sad. But all the fear that you ever feel is completely subjective. Only your thoughts control your emotions. So if you want to fear something, you're thinking one way, because different emotions stem from different thoughts. So if you're feeling fearful, it's because you're thinking a certain way. If you want to feel not fearful, you got to start thinking a different way. And that comes with being self-aware. Being in the present moment in your body instead of your mind. I love coming back to feeling all your senses, because that's like one of the greatest gifts we have in this physical body, is the ability to feel things, taste things, smell things, hear things. That's something I'm so grateful for, and that you should be too, because imagine life without it. You literally can't. And just being able to do this, like get warm and just smoke a joint. There's nothing to fear but fear itself. That's what I'm trying to say. Because everything is a frequency, and nothing ever dies. You will never die. Of course, this physical body may die, but your energy and frequency and soul and spirit never dies. If you want to come at this from a scientific perspective, which I like to do sometimes because I understand if you're not completely invested in this realm of thinking, how hard it can be to completely agree with the things that I'm saying. But from a scientific perspective, what's the one thing we always learn about energy in like high school, primary school? It's that you can never destroy it. You can't get rid of it. You can't just like have energy and then just be like gone. So when people die, you think their energy is just gone. You think we're so special that we don't count for science. If you tell yourself you're always vibrating at your highest frequency, you will be. I promise you. You actually have to believe it. But yeah, I thought that's really cool that, you know, when we lose the people we love in our lives or the animals we love, it's really important to know that their energy's not gone. In whatever you think and believe, I believe in the beauty of reincarnation and that we all share the same soul, but we just live every life, and it takes a really long time, but for us we can't remember it because every time we're reborn we forget the majority of all the lives we've lived. But we pick up what we've learned, and we pick up our talents, their talents along the way. And you pick up everything from every life you've lived, and that's why people are just old souls. Walked this earth before. Bitches, we've been here. So once we understand that, it's okay to know that nothing ever dies. I'm just gonna say that. And when you change the way you look at things, the things that you look at change. I think that is such a beautiful quote. I think I got it from the Midnight Gospel. Good show, you should watch it. Perspective. I feel like I've been talking about this so much today. I didn't even mean to. But the way, it's so true. Like, like with fear, it's just the way you look at it, the way you think about it. It changes and it won't become fearful. Something sad to you. When you start working on thought processes and taking power over your ego and saying like no to yourself, it's hard. But my precious baby is so protective of the house. I can literally hear her from out here. You gotta be open-minded. You can't close your brain off to new perspectives and new ideas or new people. Like, if you look at a certain person a certain way and then you sort of change it, like, don't be in your head too much, because everyone has a different perspective. Every single person has a different perspective, and the one you have in your brain isn't be all and all. It isn't factual. It's all subjective. This whole game is just subjective, and it's all just take control of your character. Just if you're ever feeling like bro, think of it like Minecraft with the hunger hearts, the hunger food, sorry. It's like, bro, go drink some water, go eat some food, like, go rehydrate your character, recharge your character. Like, that's what I really have to say. I have one massive other thing to say, but I fear I've taken up too much time already. But I also missed out on talking about the importance of traveling and getting out and not being stuck in the same world, because why do we have to live like rats in the same loop, doing the same thing all the time and not getting out and seeing places? And I'm talking out of the country that you live in. But anyways, that's gonna be all for me. I fear that it is such a beautiful day. That's not what I fear. I was just changing my mindset. See, I was gonna say something negative, but then I looked at the sky and I'm like, wait, it is such a beautiful day today. It's almost the middle of winter, kind of, and it's just so beautiful. I'm so grateful for the sun. I'm so grateful for where I live, even though I just said the importance of traveling, like also the importance of your home, but I just love life, and I'm so happy that I'm starting to feel a bit more productive. I think I was too unproductive. I think doing absolutely nothing kind of drove me a bit mental, but live, love, laugh. I love you guys, and I love my Toka Poker. I lost my old one, but rechanged, and I got a Bart Simpson one, so loving that. Just be yourself. That's all I want people to do, is just feel safe and comfortable being themselves, because the best version of you is yourself, not the version of anyone else's in your head. It's you with yourself. So peace, love on the planet Earth. Hope y'all didn't miss me too